And for more on this, let's bring in a good friend of the show, political commentator and Newsmax insider, my good friend, Clarence McKee. Clarence, great to see you.
How you doing, John? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. What do you think of what Schumer's saying here? Trump will never get the wall. He doesn't have the votes. Schumer sounds like he's the president, in his own mind anyway.
Schumer, he's the biggest joke in the world. Never met a camera he didn't like. I think it's time to quit playing wolf. The president should call their bluff and shut the government down. Just a part of it that would be shut down. Listen, Schumer and the Democrats are big hypocrites. They say they're worried about a drug epidemic, opioid epidemic, open borders. It's not going to help the drug epidemic. They care about kids. 900 children were saved by Border Patrol and ICE last year, from being snuck over the border by traffickers. These are all things Democrats close their eyes to. They want these open borders. They want to have millions of people come into this country so they can sign them up to vote Democratic. That's the whole game. They want to take the rest of the country, make it like California and Arizona, turning blue, and let these people come in. It's sickening. It's a disgrace. And the Republicans really aren't doing a great job of messaging, They really aren't. They should be talking about the opioid epidemic that's ravaging the country and in the Northeast as well. Yeah. They should talk about the crime, the criminals, all of these things, but they just are not doing it. Plus, as usual, John, Republicans are all over the place. They're not sticking together. Democrats are. I think Susan Collins is against it. We need Republicans who will stick together. And so Schumer can say, you can't count your votes. Well, I don't know how many Republicans, by the way, who lost in November, how many are going to just take off this week and not vote? So it's a shame, but the president should stick to his guns and shut the government down and show them that he's not bluffing. Make them feel the heat.
All right. The president seems to agree with you, Clarence, because on his medium of choice, of course, Twitter, when he wrote this, quote, anytime you hear a Democrat saying that you can have good border security without a wall, write them off as just another politician following the party line. Time for us to save billions of dollars a year and have, at the same time, far greater safety and control. I want to move on to your Newsmax.com piece, but a quick reaction to the president's tweet.
He's absolutely right. I think he's got to get to the point when he says jump, some of these Democrats and Republicans are going to say, Republicans, how high, Mr. President? Yes, we're going to follow you. People are with him. They're not with Mr. Schumer at all.
All right, let's talk about your latest piece on Newsmax.com. It's about the First Step Act, the prison reform bill, which the Senate is set to take up this week. We have a minute left, Clarence. We're coming up on the end of the show. Tell us why this bill is needed and why it's a winner for the president.
Listen, it's needed. It's a winner for the president. The criminal justice system is broken, I'm telling you. The sentencing guidelines are all askew. There's no rhyme or reason to them. There are all kinds of disparities. What we need to do, and recidivism rates are high, you got to have programs in prisons, which the First Step Act will do, that help on rehabilitation and recidivism. Now, this is not all prisoners. It's federal prisoners, 12.6%. So the argument that you're going to turn all these people loose is not true. And most of these prisoners in federal prisons are there for drug offenses, 47%. It's the state convicts who are there for violent crimes. This is a good first step. It's a good model for states and governors to do the same. We've got to do something with prison reform in the United States, especially when you have a lot of states giving them the right to vote when they get out of jail. So they need jobs. This bill gives them vocational training, educational training. It's a good incentive to prisoners to do a good job in prison so they can come out and get a job. It's very important. Very important.
Clarence McKee, always great to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here.
Good to be here.